Hola, si, no, gracias, hables inglés. The bare basics of Spanish that I know. Or should I say that I knew at the time. I knew I was going to a foreign country and I knew I needed to know Spanish. But like Doc Hudson said in Pixar Cars, I didn't know it was gonna be this bad.
But I didn't know it was this bad.
In terms of people that didn't speak my own language. Alright, maybe I was naive. I didn't go abroad outside the British Isles for 20 years, bruh. You can expect a bit of a cock up here and there because it wasn't my fault. I wasn't to know. But it's clear as day in terms of learning Spanish. I need to go back to basics like Christina Aguilera and Beanie Man. Now, Aaliyah Horton said back, forth and forth. That's what I was doing because I was all over the Andalusia region. Malaga, Marbella, Ronda, Gibraltar, La Linea. I was everywhere, blood. I was like Prime Kante playing for Chelsea under Antonio Conte, fam. I mean, this visit to Spain, it taught me a lot. So when I go again, I know what to expect and what not to, blood. Because what I've realized, if you go in expecting one thing and you get another, you'll feel like Georgia and you just want to leave and get out, fam. Erika Badu said, didn't you know? Didn't you know? Well, there was a lot that I didn't know because I was learning on the job like an apprentice, fam. Every day I learned something new. Everywhere I went, I learned something new, but it was a learning process, but I was like Arteta under Pep. The phrase hables English was on repeat, like Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga year after year after year, blood, because I need to know if they spoke English or not. Because it became apparent there was only one person that spoke English apart from me, blood, and it was Alicia Keys. It was no one, fam. With it being hot like fire, like Aaliyah Horton said, blood, if I'd have needed help for something, people would have looked at me if I'd have spoke to them in English and they wouldn't have been able to help. They wouldn't have even known what was going on. Word to Marvin Gaye, fam. I saw particular things out there, had me feeling like I was in dreamland like Bunny Wailer, fam. I was seeing e-scooters, people having passengers on them, people doing deliveries on them, and it was all normal. It's totally legal. The UK needs to take note like pen to paper, fam. The way I was being tracked also, you'd have thought I was being chased by a Hobbs in Fast 5. If anyone wanted to find me, blood, I would have been found quick time like the media player, fam. With it just been me, myself, and I, Beyonce settings, it was an experience, blood. And Emily Sandé said you can read all about it, but I'ma need you to listen like Beyonce because there's no reading. As they say in an English lesson in school, fam. So I'm going to start off talking about my airport experience. Now, I flew from Heathrow to Malaga. I booked the flight way back when. Word to Fred Hammond, fam. I got it for dirt cheap. And we touched down in Malaga. Word to T.I. and Eminem. Safe and sound, fam. Now, when you get to airports, yeah, a lot of the time, depending on the airport, you be doing up a long walk. Word to Jill Scott, fam. Because some of these walks are peak, fam. Talking 10, 15, 20 minutes just to reach passport control. And that's what it was for me, blood. So when I touched down at passport control, yeah, there was a long line of people, blood. And that line for passport control was going on and on like Erika Badu said, fam. But then obviously now, my experience with that airport was calm. So I can't really have much complaints. It's about a 20 to half an hour wait. But we got there eventually, like Han said, in Fast 5. And we just got choo. When I was leaving the airport now, things was different, but things was different. Like our Northern Ireland's different to the rest of the UK. That's how vast it was. So obviously now, my flight was delayed, innit? Obviously, there's nothing I can do. So it is what it is, innit? So then I'm going to security now, and there's hella desk, as it always is. So 2-2s now. I'm seeing bare people work at the desk. I'm ready to go home. I'm thinking to myself, nah, it's the airport. The people speak English. I lie. It's the airport, fam. It's not a rural village. But then what was happening was, yeah, I had people talking to me in Spanish. I said hables English, no response. I didn't hear C and I didn't hear no. So I didn't know if they spoke English or not. Then obviously there was one person that spoke English, but there was one, but I said to him, bro, you chat to me, fam. You, blood. I don't want to hear none of these, man. I can't understand what they're saying, but my man weren't even listening, but he was still letting them man talk. and talk rubbish, bro. Rubbish like a landfill site, but non-stop word to Liam Neeson, but it just wasn't stopping, and I wasn't understanding, but we got there in the end. And obviously, what it was, yeah, there was a tipping point like the BBC show. When you go through security scanners, it picks up metal, so I'd taken off all my metal, just had my bandana hanging out my pocket. Like, what's that, blood? Man know what that is. It's a piece of cotton, a lie. The security guard that spoke English, he weren't saying nothing, but then the guy that just spoke Spanish was like, hey, what's that? What's that? He's got that hanging out his pocket. I'm thinking, bro, calm down, bro. I'm thinking, calm down. Word to MOP, fam. Man's just got going all hysterical, blood. Like he's on death row or something, fam. Like it's his final day. But I said to my man, the guy that's holding me, I said, bro, it's a piece of cotton. He's like, okay, cool, but some people need to learn, but learn what simple things are. I've had issues before where someone didn't know what a stylus was. A stylus, bro. They might not know what a stylus is, but it's a pen. Barely even a pen. It looks like a pen. You just tap your phone with it. That's what it is, bro. But some people clearly don't know certain things, fam. Now, riding solo to another country is one thing, but with no company like Vincent, when you can't communicate with anybody, that's a whole new level, like Future and ASAP Ferg, fam. Let me tell you now. So obviously, I was naive, innit? But you gotta take into account there's mitigating circumstances, because I hadn't been nowhere overseas out of the British Isles for over 20 years, fam. So I was going into it thinking, okay, cool, we're just gonna move around and I'll be able to talk to anybody, fam. I'll be able to talk to every girl like it's the cinemas, blood. But boy, was I wrong. Will Young said, I think I better leave right now. And some people would have done that if they were in my shoes, blood. But like KT Tunstall said, suddenly I see. And suddenly I saw that little or no one spoke English around me, blood. It's like there was one day where I was just going about my business and the only people that spoke English the whole day to me was this Finnish woman and her daughter. There was no one else, blood. I was in Mackey's making an order, fam. No English. That was when I knew, blood. My hopes of doing certain things and talking to certain people were fading. Like Rihanna said, fam, it was peak. I learned a harsh lesson. If you're gonna go to a country, yeah, English ain't the main language, just to get that in there, then you're gonna find it near impossible, word to Christina A, to communicate with people, chirps, gal, or do whatever else, fam. Because at the end of the day, if you've gone somewhere, it's naive to think, and I'm just telling you like this now so you know for future reference, that it's not a given that people are gonna speak English. Like the other day I was chatting to a man. My man said to me, oh, it's France. It's not like they're not gonna speak English. I said to him, mate, what do you know, blood? Do you have a brain in there, fam? I was like, look, bro, that's not what it is, bro. This is what it is. I said to him, look, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a foreign country. It's not a given, like, universal credit that people are gonna talk English, fam. Erika Badu said, didn't you know? Well, a lot of people didn't, and a lot of people don't, but now you do, fam. So what I'd say to anyone is, if you go into a country, just learn the basic phrases or some basic stuff so that you can communicate and make your way and just make 1-2 little conversation, but got you a lie. Because you might go to the resorts and they'll speak English. Well, that's kind of inevitable. That's inevitable. Like Timo Werner been offside when he was at Chelsea. That's a fact. But if you go to, I don't know, let's say you go to the likes of anywhere that's not a popular tourist destination or resort, then you're gonna have a problem like Whoopi Goldberg said, and everybody hates Chris.
If it happens again, there's going to be a problem.
Now I've decided to stay in a hostel for, I think it was 2 nights initially. Again, word to Faith Evans. And it looked easy on the eye, like a Ford car, meaning it looked nice, yeah? But I knew something in my soul that there was gonna be problems down the line. And I said to myself, nah, something don't seem right here. So I went there early like Jimmy and Dreamgirls, and I took a look around, word to Limp Bizkit. Yes, the place looked nice. I said to myself, something don't feel right here. Something don't feel right. And then when I checked into my room, blood, there was nothing, word to Whitney Houston. It was just me did that, you get me? But there was an awkward smell and I said, nah, this don't smell good, fam. And I got my air freshener out and I was spraying it around like a roundabout, fam, because the stench in there, it was peak, fam. Could just kill a man like Cypress Hill. And I'm been deadly like Steve Backshaw in the Deadly 60, fam. So obviously I sprayed around and that was that, but the place smelled nice, so fresh and so clean, like Outcast, fam. You get me? So then I went out, I come back later and there's more luggage in there. So I said, alright, there's a couple couple man in here. Obviously, I booked a mixed dorm, but it's never mixed, blood. It's just bare man, blood. Every man. Like the cinemas, blood. Then obviously now, I went out again. I was talking to this guy downstairs, and I went to town and whatnot. I come right back now, like Danny Alves, Cafu and Micah. And guess what, blood? Every man's asleep. Man are just snoring like... I'm like, Lord have mercy, blood. Lord have mercy. I felt like Marvia Providence, but I was like, hear my cry, oh Lord, attend unto my prayer. And I'm being serious. You might be thinking it's funny, but I'm not, blood, because when I went in there, the stench was even worse than the first time. Man was snoring. I hadn't sorted out my stuff for the next day or anything, you know, like that. Everything was just locked up, blood. Everything just locked up like Akon, fam. My suitcase was locked and my cupboard, the little safe thing you get, that was locked up as well, fam. So obviously I said, right, I'm getting up early in the morning like that Edwin Hawkins singers, fam. It was gonna be peak, blood. I needed to get some sleep and sort out all my stuff ready for the next day. So I had to pull all my stuff out of the room into the hallway to sort it out, fam. I said to myself, nah, blood, I ain't doing this again, fam. Oh, nah, but never again. Word to Ja Rule. And I mean it this time, blood. I mean it, fam. Because the shower was dirty. The whole place stunk, fam. The window could barely open. Last time it was 4 man in the crib like George, blood. This time it was 4 man in the crib like George plus 2. It was even worse. So you had to take my stuff out into the hallway, sort it out, ready for the morning to just cut, blood. But I'm not gonna lie, blood. If I'm in a hostel, blood, and this might sound mad, yeah, but there ain't no way, like Jennifer Hudson said in the RESPCT film, that I am going in that shower when it's dirty like Christina Aguilera, fam. Because trust me, bro, there's a lot of men that don't wash showers. And when you go to people's cribs and you see things like that, it shows. It shows like EastEnders on TV, fam. But nah, but if I'm in a hostel, I make sure I get in there early like Jimmy, fam. Otherwise, bud, it is peak. Now, there are many killers in this world, blood. Many killers. Many things that could kill you also. But on holiday, in my opinion, one of the biggest killers of finances is food, blood. And let me tell you this, blood. If you're going out, I don't know, and you're riding solo like Jason, you could be spending 50 euros minimum per day, depending on where you're going, depending on if your chest is high, and depending on what you eat, fam, and how many times a day you eat, blood. You could be spending that much minimum per day, blood. Let's say you go, I don't know, you go Spain for 7 days, and you're riding solo. Let's get that in there. What's 50 times 7? 35. That's £350, blood. And I said this to myself, and this came about from a conversation at the crib where I was staying in Malaga. There was 2 Italian girls there, and they were chefing up, blood. Chefing up, but cooking, fam. I said to them, oh, do you not eat out? They said, nah, we don't eat out. We cook. It's too expensive. Damn right! Damn right! It's 2 teeth, blood, like a walrus, fam. You spending all this money on food and you're thinking, oh, where my money gone? Yeah? Oh, where my money gone? I want me spend it, pan. No, like that, fam. I'm not saying man can't eat out 1-2 times, but I said to myself, that's an idea, blood. I'm going to take that on board, like jumping on a cruise ship, fam. Because I want to save some pennies, but I want to be seeing 50, 60, 70 euros flying out my pocket, like planes flying out of Heathrow Terminal 5, fam. But obviously, it depends if you can cook or not. If you can't, learn to cook. Next time I'm gonna bring 1-2 couple seasonings with me and I'm gonna chef up, fam. Save myself some peas, blood. Cause the cost of food, it ain't a joke, blood. It ain't a joke, but it's critical, fam. It's critical like intensive care. Believe. Now, when I touched down in Malaga, yeah, I needed to jump on the railway, and not literally, but I was going into Malaga city centre, because that's more or less where I was staying. So I'm walking to get my train ticket, and I look and I see security guards. I don't think nothing of it. Then I look down, a man's got a baton and a handcuffs, bud. Man will lick you down, no hesitation. I mean, if a man's got baton and handcuffs, yeah, he's obviously permitted to lick people down, innit? I mean, I ain't ever seen that before. This was all new to me, fam. Man had a baton and handcuffs. And then when I kept going different places, I kept seeing it. I kept seeing it and kept seeing it, bud. It was like cars on the motorway, fam, at rush hour, non-stop, fam. I said to myself, this is a bit mad, you know. I wanted to ask him, like, yo, what's this all about in Spain? How does it work? But like I said, bud, the language barrier, innit? You really think them man need to speak English? No. Man's just there to do his job, bud. You know, like that, fam. But there was an incident, fam. They've got a shop called Primor in Spain, innit? Which is their equivalent to, like, a fragrance store. Man was shocking, man, fam. I went there to buy something, Man, see the black man coming. He's there tracking me like this, blood. Like he's a personified CCTV camera, but I just shouted him back. But I said, what's the deal, bro? You know, you give someone a look like this. That's what I done, fam. I said, but nah, but you ain't sharking me, but do you think you are, but how dare you, fam? You know, like that, bud. But nah, bud, you don't go Spain and mess about car. They got security with batons, handcuffs, and some of them even have guns. I've seen it, blood. I've seen it personified, but you gotta be careful where to Cardi B. Cause just remember this, but she didn't say it for no reason. And obviously, if you get caught doing something by the security, they're gonna beat you. And then the police are gonna come and beat you again. It's not worth the risk. So when you go there, just be on your best behavior, fam. Now, when I was in Spain, yeah, or even before I got there, when I was just booking, alright, where am I gonna go? What am I gonna see? What I'm gonna do? I noticed, fam, I was taking note, like pen to paper, fam. And I said to myself, now this is odd, blood. Man, I'm asking for my passport details for everything I wanted to book. From a hotel, to an Airbnb, to an apartment, even the coach, even a train ticket, fam. That's how peak it was, but man wanted to know, blood. Man wanna know, like Dave and Meek Mill, fam. What you doing? Where you going? Where you staying? How long for? Now, I'm not gonna lie, word to millions, fam. I don't like the idea of being trapped like I got a microchip in me, fam. Alright, I may as well have had one because the way these man were asking, oh, what are your details for this, that, and the other? It was peak, fam. I remember I bought one place, one apartment, and it wasn't letting me enter the details, and they were looking at me like it's my fault. I was thinking, so what? Word to pink, fam. It's nothing to do with me. You set up the portal. I enter my details. How is it my issue that it's not working, fam? Obviously, in that situation, it was a case of another one bites the dust, word to queen, fam. But they could have easily been like, nah, if you don't enter this, we're not letting you stay, this, that, and the other. But I got lucky like Daft Punk, fam. I may not have been so lucky if it was another situation, but they were hounding me, fam. Were hounding me like bailiffs, like debt collection at the door, fam. But like I said, I done all I can, all in my power, to make sure that I could give him the details. Like that was what I was aiming to do, like archery, fam. But I couldn't do it because it wasn't working. I said, look, I've done all I can. What can I do? Now, when I was in Spain, I was discovering many things like Bear Grylls when he's out on an expedition, blood. But one thing I saw in abundance, like rain in the monsoon season, was e-scooters. Now, everywhere I was looking, I was seeing e-scooters. People were riding them to pick up their kids. People were having passengers on them, going about their business, doing deliveries. It was like the same as the UK. It was identical like a twin, but the only difference is over there, so it's legal, and over here, it's illegal. But I was saying to myself, hold on a minute, hold on, word to Don Robbie of AFTV.
Hold on.
Yeah. This is not fundamentally making sense. E-scooters started to become a boom during lockdown. We're talking 4 or so years ago now. That's way back when. Word to Fred Hammond once more. We're further on down the line. Like it's a JLR production line. We're moving forward. Word to Ziggy Marley. And we're still no better. Why are e-scooters still illegal? People are like, oh, they're dangerous. Oh, that was illegal. You shouldn't be on that. Be careful. Alright, Cardi B did say be careful. I'll give you that. But it's the same risk as skateboarding. It's the same risk as roller skating, driving a car, riding a bike. There's risk in everything. You're at risk of anything from just stepping out of your front door. So what? Word to pink once more. You know, like that. But it's just crazy. Like, I don't get it, bro. How are you classing an e-scooter as a motor vehicle? That's like saying a modified bike is a motorbike. It just doesn't fundamentally make sense, bro. Just because it's got a battery in and it's powered by electricity, all of a sudden it's a vehicle. You can get points for it. You can get fines. You can get this. You gotta be watching your back like Benny Cassette said in Fast and the Furious, fam. I'm telling you, don't make no sense, man. That's why a lot of police should stop bothering. There's just too many out there, you know, like that. In fact, in a sense, yeah, lucky this ain't Holland, cause Holland, yeah. Let's just say the amount of e-scooters on the road were as many as bikes in Holland, and that was happening here. What would anyone do? You know, like that. It's just crazy, but they need to legalize it. Word to Peter Tosh, fam. I'm telling you. Because I'm not gonna lie, but they're making things so complicated. Word to the noisettes. Like people in Spain, you can ride it on the pavement and have a passenger on board like it's a train also. It's permitted, it's legal. So I don't get why we're moving so behind, blood. Like, come on, bro, make a decision. Something is needed, bro. Something's got to give, bro. Like tithes in church. I'm being deadly serious. Now, this gets me mad because it just doesn't make any sense. It's 2024 and you're still saying they're illegal. There's still videos of them being crushed. Oh, we will stop you. I saw a video recently, I think from 2-3 years ago, where officer decided to chase someone on an e-scooter. You can't do that. It's a no-brainer. Look how many alleys and parks and paths they are. You really think you're gonna catch an e-scooter in a car? Make it make sense. But now, if Spain can legalize it, word to Peter Tosh once more, then we can, bro, if you get me. Like, what are we doing? What are we playing at? I mean, I would say a certain phrase that Spanky Johnson said in the movie with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, but I don't say them things on camera. But if you want to go look that up, you can go do that. But they need to permit them in this country, blood. Now for coach travel, blood. Now in the south of Spain, most of it anyway, trains are non-existent. Like a father that abandoned his kid because he had a one-night stand with a girl and he didn't want no commitment, fam. There's no trains in most of the south of Spain. Trust me, blood. Just obviously either rent a car, get a taxi, or coach, blood. It's either or either, fam. There's no substitute like a football match, fam. So obviously I picked the coach option and I bought hella coaches, but because I was going back and forth like a Leah Horton, fam. I was everywhere, but I was covering ground, fam. I was covering ground like a delivery driver that's out 24/7. Word to LMA, fam. But I made some discoveries of catching a coach in Spain. So obviously Avanza coach, I don't know if it's the only operator, but it's one of the main operators in Spain. Now I had a long journey. I was traveling from Malaga to La Linea, which is right by the border of Gibraltar. Now with a language barrier in place from all members of staff, I may as well have been talking to a brick wall because there was no fundamental response and we wasn't getting anywhere like stranded passengers at Heathrow Airport, fam. It was peak. But I said, alright, cool, I'm gonna use the toilet before I jump on the coach at the coach station. And good job too. Word to Gilbert in The Incredibles, fam, because if I didn't, it would have been critical. So when I jumped on board the coach, I said to myself, alright, cool, let me sit down. I sat at the back, but right at the back, fam. At the back like centre back, fam. And I said, right, where's the toilet, blood? I discovered there's no toilet, but I said, nah, you man are violating, blood. No toilet, fam. I said, nah, this is peak, fam. But I'd used the toilet already, so that wasn't my issue, blood. And also, the coach does not stop, blood. Well, it stops to drop off and pick people up, but service stations must be a British thing, cause in other countries I don't see them anywhere, fam. And in Spain I didn't see none, and if there was any, we didn't stop, blood. So if you needed a toilet with a language barrier in play, a dog nyam your supper. Beware of there being no toilets on the coaches, fam. I'm telling you. Then what I realise now, customer service, bro, it's diabolical, bro. Like Karthik in The Apprentice back in the day, fam. It's peak, fam. Imagine you've got to lug your luggage on the coach and off it. I don't mean onto the coach where you're sitting, I mean the bottom deck. You've got to put your suitcase onto the coach and you got to take it off, blood. You got to take it off like Jackie Chan made Jaden Smith with his jacket in Karate Kid, fam. I mean, I'm guessing if you're disabled, they'll give you a little help or something. But if you're not, blood, you gotta log it. It's peak, fam. And then I realised also, the e-scooter revolution really is real in Spain. Bro, they're bringing them on the coaches, bro. I'm seeing people bring e-scooters on the coaches. I know they've banned them on trains in Spain now, but people are bringing them on the coaches. Can you even do that in the UK? Someone let me know, because the propaganda of e-scooters, people are making out as if they're gonna blow up like it's a landmine in the desert in Iraq, fam. That's what people are implying, but it's not the case, blood. I even saw one where the toilet was locked, blood. We're locked out, fam. Like a Windows computer that's been locked, and your dad said it's bedtime and you can't go on the computer no more, blood. That's what it was like, fam. Now, Gibraltar was one of the towns that I visited. It's not Spain, it's a British overseas territory. But it may as well be Spain, as it's right over the border, and most of the people speak Spanish anyway. But it's a very elite place, it's very nice, and when I was there, I felt at peace, fam. Peace at last. It was quiet, it was so fresh and so clean, the weather was good, it was good, like Ashanti said. I had no complaints, but obviously in Gibraltar, because it's such a confined space and there's not much space, everything's just condensed and there's not many orthodox normal houses like you would see in other places. So everything's up. Where to Cardi B? Up. Like the VW up, blood. Everything's just building up, blood. It's like New York, fam. It's just hella apartments everywhere and hella buildings just going one way, fam. Up, 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 up. Obviously, you got stuff like the Gibraltar Rock. You can see I went and saw that. If you go there, make sure you do not take the cable car. Watch my last video on Travel Diaries in terms of that for a wicked pitch, and you'll find out why you shouldn't take the cable car. It's just a nice place, man. Good vibes. You got bars. They even got a restaurant on board one of the ships, or maybe a few others. It's just a nice place, man. Like, I wouldn't mind having a crib out there. Big man thing. Gibraltar's very nice, but it's very expensive also. Well, I didn't want to spend bare peas on an apartment or hotel there, so I stayed in La Linea. Little cheaper, 15-minute walk across, jump on the bus to where we're going, and it's all good, fam. But Gibraltar's a very elite place. I do recommend. Make sure you go check it out. As for La Linea, blood, my lord, blood, I got told it's one of the roughest parts of Spain, blood. And I thought it was a lie, like some of the apprentice candidates that lie in their business plans on The Apprentice. When I got there, blood, I discovered a whole load of things, blood. Obviously, you got the main town centre, which is towards the border with Gibraltar. Not much was going on there, but there's some spooky people at night, bro. Fights breaking out in the street, police just circling, going back and forth like a Leah Horton. I just said to myself, nah, this is not it, fam. This is not it. When I was in other parts of Spain, I weren't really seeing that. We're talking the dead of night, the wee hours of the morning. Police just circling, fam. Non-stop like a flight from Heathrow to JFK. So from that, I said, nah, this place is kind of spooky still. But I had done a little bit of research about La Linea, and apparently a lot of people were trying to import drugs in and out of there, and there was a big problem with it. There was even a show about it on Netflix a couple of years ago. Go check that out. But people obviously that see it as an easy place to smuggle drugs from Africa, and it was a big issue, like a magazine, fam. I never saw none of those issues, so I didn't have no major problems when I was there, but the place did look pretty damn rough. I can't lie about that. It wasn't a calm, nice place, and obviously there's no transport there either. Just 1-2 buses running, no trains, and an old dilapidated coach station, fam. Fix the place up, blood. Because if you walk from La Linea to Gibraltar, it's a far cry like the Xbox game, bro. You can just tell the immediate difference, blood. One place is kind of like it's been left to rot, and the other's been pumped with peas, like how Abramovich pumped Chelsea with money, fam. It's a vast difference. Now, I also went to Malaga, and now Malaga's like a place that's easy on the eye. It looks nice, looks like there's loads to do. Loads to do me back foot. Not a much no did there. Nah, I'm being serious, but I've been deadly like Steve Backshaw, fam. So I went to Malaga. I initially planned to stay 4 days, blood. Now, I'll tell you what Malaga is. There's a hill with a viewpoint and a little castle up there. There's Old Town. There's the shopping centre, couple beaches, and that's it, blood. More fool me talking about 4 days, blood. I got bored after 2. I'd seen everything, blood. And I put that on everything like brandy, fam. When I got to my second day, I was feeling like Will Young. I was saying, I think I better leave right now before I fall any deeper, fam. And I even made alterations. I said, you know what, nah, but we're leaving, bro, because this place was boring me, fam. I said, there ain't nothing much to do here. I mean, who's gonna go sit on the beach every day, blood? I mean, some people do, but you can do that in Bournemouth. You can do that on Pendine Beach, blood. You could do that in Brighton. You could do that in Cornwall. You could do that in Devon. Do you really go on holiday just to sit on the beach all day? I mean, if you want to do that, that's a bit mad in my opinion, but I ain't doing it, blood. I went to the beach 1-2 days, and that was it, blood. This is it. Word to Michael Jackson, R.I.P., fam. So Malaga's got a nice shopping centre near the airport called Plaza Maya. It's even got a MacArthur Glen as well, designer outlet, and it also has an IKEA and hella places to eat, fam. Big man ting, man can get greedy like Graham in Horrid Henry, fam. And I'm being serious, blood. I went there, I couldn't even choose, blood. Couldn't choose where to eat, fam. I had options like NSG, blood. Now, Brandy Norwood said, truthfully, even when you don't believe. Now, I'm going to give you my honest take on Marbella. So Marbella, yeah, is a place where people flock to party hard like the nail. To party hard like the nail, fam. Now, obviously, when I went there, I went off peak, which might have been a key mitigating factor to circumstances, but I thought I would have seen, you know, what I've always been told. Yo, there's this going on, there's that going on. Everything is everything. Word to Lauren Hill, fam. Obviously, I went there now, yeah. I saw a few Brits, a handful, like it wasn't many, bro. I even booked to spend an extra day there, when in reality, I spent too long in Spain. So when I went there now, bare natives, bare locals, bare natives, there weren't bare British people around. Even the clubs in Marbella, like actual Marbella, I'm not talking Port Urban House, there was nothing popping, bro. There was nothing. Went to Whitney Houston, fam. I went to Port Urban House. It was mostly, there weren't Brits there. It was other foreigners, like people from Germany drove there, people from Belarus. I'm seeing hella plates, fam. You'd have thought it was a kitchen at the back of the restaurant when the porters walked off and not completed his work for the day properly, fam. I'd have been thinking, raw. I'd have been seeing more Brits there. There was little or no one, fam. In fact, yeah, the only people that were there was people just cutting through, people working in the shops and the bars and the clubs that are down there, and them Africans just trying to sell their counterfeit goods, which do not buy, by the way, cause I weren't buying none of them, fam. And these men were coming up to me, coming up to my face, fam. My face, blood. I said, nah, but move from your suburb. I'm not dealing with any of them things, bro. Counterfeit goods back, do I want our fake Rolex? Less of that, fam. But nah, bro, overall, it was dead. I mean, some I'm guessing it's a different vibe. It's more lively. Port Urban House is popping. Everything I go on, but it wasn't like that, bro. The place that was most popping was like Canada Shopping Centre. Now, I don't know if tourists really go there, but that was the most popping place in all of Marbella when I was there. Well, I mean, I'm a guy that loves to avoid the hype and the hustle and bustle. So maybe it depends on when you go what you're looking for. But let me know what you think. When you go on holiday, what do you go for? Do you go to party? Do you go to chill? Do you go to see something different? What do you go for? But what I realized in Malaga and Marbella is they got super cheap bus tickets, fam. So in Malaga it's €1.40 and in Marbella it's €1.18, fam. €1.18, blood, for a single, fam, to go anywhere, blood. In England it's £2. That's difference. But there's a catch to that. There's no day savers, fam. No day savers, but you just gotta keep spending and spending and spending and spending. It's like a waterfall, but the water just doesn't start running out of your pockets in terms of peas. It's peak. Nah, Marbella is a decent place. I stayed in a hotel with a pool on the roof, nice views. Went to Drake, fam. I would go again, but depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking to go somewhere to chill or to party? But that was my Spanish experience. I mean, I did stay for too long because I'm running out of things to do or things that I wanted to do. I couldn't find much more to do in the place that I was. But there's certain things that I'll go back again, Faith Heaven settings to repeat. I'll just living my life like a shanty, fam. I mean, I ain't gone nowhere for time overseas, blood. You know, like that. But that's it for this episode of RTM Life Chronicles. If you like this episode, make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and we will get where we need to get to eventually, like Hans said in Fast 5. Leave your thoughts and feelings in the comments. What did I miss? What should I have done in Andalusia, southern Spain? What do you think of the place? You let me know. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of RTM Life Chronicles. But until then, take care and stay safe. Peace!